Hello, Rani AK Mac, and welcome. So recently there was an interview with Chris Roberts by the gent who created MyRadar, which is an app for your phone, where you can look at the moons of 3.0, including like Daymar, Yella, and Selin. They showed this off at CitizenCon. It is actually an app that they use to tell the weather in America. It's very, very cool. His name is Andy Green. And this was an interview he did with Chris Roberts. So the first question he asked Chris Roberts was to do with the Idris and what's the current status. And they say that the helm and some of the weapons were needed for the Gamescom battle, so they are completely done. They have stations for the AI like engineering and the air traffic controller, but they just need to work out how players will interact with these stations. There's not just stuff on the bridge, of course. Other areas include missile room, flight control stations, engineering. They did say that engineering will have a lot of things within it for the players to do. The end goal is to have some tactile interactions, like, for example, the reactors overheating or fuel rod shorting, so you'll need to replace or lower the reactor into a coolant. Stuff like that, and stuff that you see on sci-fi movies. They want to include that into the game. They also mentioned that space stations will have docking collars for the big ships, like the Idris, so you can dock your Idris to it and head on into the space station. Now, the next question was to do with the bridge holosphere, which is the big situational radar or star map, and it'll act as both. It's kind of a holographic view of everything that's going on around your ship. You can use it to call out targets to fighters or to tell turrets to shoot at a particular ship. Kind of like a command and control interface. He did say that most of the biggest ships will have these, but not every single one, I guess. The 600i is the next question. What is the role of this ship? And they say it's obviously Constellation size, but with more luxury. So it's kind of a stylish multi-crew ship, if that's what you would so choose, rather than the Constellation. Next question is to do with the Javelin Modules and whether they'll have them. Chris says it's too early to say. They have built a Javelin, obviously, for Squadron 42, and apparently this is the first ship that you start your campaign on, I would say, before you head over to the Idris or get sent to the Idris, like we saw in the Morotor. Longer term, he says maybe, but they're not sure. They're making the military version first, which is what we see in Squadron 42. Then they will see when they make the civilian version. Now, next question is to do with drones in the Reclaimer and other drones in general. A few ships will utilise drones. The main thinking at the moment is for drones to be used for repairing, salvaging and mining. There will be quite a bit of gameplay involved with maybe remote controlling them. You basically send these drones out rather than going and EVAing yourself. They did have a follow-up question to this to do with news drones and filming battles and things around the verse. And Chris says that this is the idea with the render to texture tech, players capturing footage of other players doing things, sell them to news companies or maybe broadcast them yourself. They want players collecting footage in-game rather than doing it out of game and having to edit it that way, which is why the Reliant Mako is a good choice for any budding news reporter. Next question is to do with the Terra subway sneak peek we saw a long while ago. I'll show this now. Very cool. It's basically the underground transportation system on Terra, and Chris says yes, there's definitely going to be transportation hubs and networks on locations. The CitizenCon demo did show locations connected via a monorail. Big cities like Terra are broken into sections, so you'll have the shipping ports, the Terra Tower, and the blocks, which are your slums and other places as well. Not every square inch will be available, but they will detail out pockets of the cities, and then you can take the monorail to each section and explore. Amongst other methods, they're using the procedural tech to flesh out the planets, but they don't want just one landing location on each planet, so they flesh out multiple location spots and we can travel between them. Next question is to do with the undiscovered systems and planets that are not part of the star map already. Will they be available for discovery? And they say that yes, that's the plan, and we'll keep adding new and many more beyond release. So just because we are expecting 100 systems, 10 of which are likely to be hidden, there will be so many more coming down the line. It was a Terrapin for 3.0. No, it will be in the release after. What is the possibility of players taking control of NPC crew on board friends' ships? And they said that this is definitely a longer term feature. They would like for you to join your friend, even if they are millions of kilometers at the other side of the system. You will just take over an NPC crew member of their crew. However, I do think he said that you are not going to be paid. That crew member, the NPC crew member, will still need to be paid themselves. Final question, will we be able to fly through the Arc Core trenches? and they say that they're not quite decided on the traffic regulations, but you should be able to fly quite low between the buildings. They need to manage it in a way that stops people from kamikazing. They don't want an Idris to go crashing into Area 18. They did say that buildings won't blow up, but you will if you hit it, so it's your own stupid fault, basically. Anyway, that was the interview with Chris Roberts. A lot of stuff that has been told before, but it's definitely some nice information there to be picked up upon. Let me know your thoughts on it, guys. Remember, we've got a lot of giveaways going. All the details are below in the link. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you follow me here on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, and I shall see you next time.